Welcome to the Love Your Space podcast, where we explore the world of functional design and how it transforms your space into your own happy place. Whether you're a seasoned design enthusiast or just starting out, this podcast is for you. Join us as we chat with experts in their fields, from interior designers and chefs to artists and musicians, as they share their tips and tricks for developing an aesthetic and finding a vibe on a budget, discussing where people find inspiration and how they balance function and beauty. We'll also dive into the psychology behind why our surroundings have such a profound impact on our mood and well-being. So whether you're looking to spruce up your living room, organize your life, or simply get inspired, we've got you covered. Tune in to the Love Your Space podcast, and let's get started on creating a space you'll love to come home to. Today, I'm pretty excited. We've got not only a longtime Walls Need Love customer, but also a woman business owner. We have Keely Garrity. She opened Ampersand Oil and Vinegar Taphouse in Idaho, and she's got 2 locations. Most recently opened a second location in 2016. Keely, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So just so everyone that's listening understands, so you recently placed an order, and then I reached out. And so this all came about from an order of wallpaper, right? Just random.
It was very random, but I loved it.
I sent the email, and she's like, "What? Podcast? What are you talking about? I just ordered wallpaper." So, but I enjoy meeting customers and chatting with people, and it's been one of my favorite things since becoming a part of Walls Need Love. And so I thought it was just a perfect opportunity after I looked your story up to have you on and just chat and share with people what you do.
Sure.
So could you give us a little overview, like a little background and catch us up?
You bet. Let's see. My education background is interior design and architecture. I graduated, though, when we had the big housing crisis in 2007, 8, whatever. And
Good
so,
timing.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. It was perfect timing. I pivoted my skill set to graphic design and marketing, and I did that for about a decade and decided I used to live in a little town called Los Alamos, New Mexico, right out of Santa Fe. And when I was in Santa Fe, I discovered a little boutique of oil and vinegar, and the man there told me all sorts of interesting facts about how scandalous the olive oil from Europe is.
Okay.
And when you bring it into America, there's no labeling laws, and you can really taste the difference. And so...
Interesting.
Yeah, with that little experience, I ended up back in Idaho and decided to open Ampersand, which is a foodie boutique.
I like it.
Thank you.
So the primary products are oils and vinegars, correct?
Yes. Okay. I think I have over maybe 60 oils and vinegar, and they're all on a tap system. So that's where you get the Taphouse from, the name.
And so they, people fill, you have empty bottles and they fill what they want?
Yes. Yep. Okay. So we sell different sizes. You buy a bottle, you bring it back clean and dry. Yeah. The earth is important to me and taking care of that. So we like to recycle and sanitize and put the bottles back out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of people start with the smallest sizes and then fall in love with it and get bigger sizes.
That's cool. So it's more of an experience to come to your shop.
It is 1,000% an experience to come into Ampersand. Yes.
So is it music, parties or or groups, or is it always individual? It's
a little bit of both. We provide cooking classes, so we've got private parties that people book out our kitchen, and we teach them how to use the product. They get a 4-course meal, and then it's just individual. The town that my stores are in is a very rural Idaho, I would say.
Okay.
Yet there's 2 universities here. There's WSU, Washington State University, and University of Idaho. So there's a huge culture.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, and so the experience of the store, you walk in, it smells amazing, it smells delicious.
I bet.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
People don't expect that in the town. And the music is worldly and the textiles are gorgeous to touch and high end, and it's a total experience. You get to taste everything. We want you to love it before you buy it. That's really important.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, like, I would imagine your efforts to find new customers vary, right? But once you hook someone, like, they're yours. They're coming back. Yes.
With the college community, I will get parents dropping their kids off at WSU from Seattle, from Boise, so bigger cities, and they walk downtown because it's a downtown on Main Street kind of store. And I'll have them hooked for 4 years, and then they order online.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you get a new class of potential customers coming in, right?
I get a new class of parents, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great way. Since the internet, you keep them, you move them on, and you get new ones in. I like it. I like it.
It's great.
Do you have a favorite?
I do. I have a couple favorites. So I go through a wine bottle size, so 750 milliliters of caramelized garlic olive oil. It's the number one selling oil in my stores actually the number one selling item. It's delicious. And there's blood orange olive oil. It's becoming the holiday time, and so that's fun to bake with.
Yeah.
We have these signature ginger snap cookies that we use our blood orange olive oil in. And people go crazy for those during the holidays.
I would think it probably makes a great gift this time of year too, right? Like,
yes, completely usable. People eat every day. so it's a fun experience to actually give a gift from Ampersand. So
I love it. I love it for sure. So let's, I'm going to poke around and ask you a few more questions. Like, what led to opening the second store? Like, store number one was just doing so good, and you thought, hey, let's bump it to another location. The model's already working.
The model works. I was getting customers. They're about 45 minutes, 35 miles apart.
Okay.
And I was getting a lot of people coming up. We call it the valley, coming up from the valley. And I just decided to expand down there.
No, that's cool. Is there, I actually live in Indianapolis, and Wozni Love is down in Nashville. So, there are some challenge with that at times, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure having two stores, they're close enough you can get to, but always some challenges in there, I would guess.
Sometimes, it's pretty difficult. I'll get customers coming in and being like, we don't have anything like this in Seattle. Can you expand up in Seattle or come down to Boise or Mountain Home or all these places? And I'm just like, it's really more difficult than you think. There's one Keely.
Yeah, there's only one of me. Please help. Please help. So how, like with your store being like on Main Street and all that, can you talk about like how you, or if you do, try to like impact the local community there and like embed yourself with the town?
Yes. I really try. I think I sent you a photo of our window displays.
Yeah. I'll send it to the guys. They'll add it into this. It'll be awesome. Where I use your product.
I saw you brought it back, but it was gone for a while, the stripe.
Yep, easy stripe.
Yeah, yep. And I was really sad to see it go, and I was excited to see it back because I'm going to bring that window back for Valentine's Day, I think. But in terms of impacting the community, I'll just get people who open the door and go, I love your window. Thank you for making our town beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, I want my community to be a proud of my business as well. And I think it really leveled up Main Street, and it's beautiful. So
no, that's all. Like, so just the impact of you kind of opening this and bringing it down and a new vision has kind of elevated things, you'd say.
It's elevated things. It's revitalized my community for sure. Both of them.
That's
fun
awesome
to see when you take a leap and how you can inspire other people to take a leap and open a business too.
Okay, so to that point, I'm sure we've got some people that tune in and listen. They're like, man, I'd really like to start a business, but I just don't know if I could do it. Do you have any like words of advice or wisdom you would share on someone?
Yeah, I think if it's something you're passionate about, you'll find a way to make it succeed. Close your eyes and take the leap.
Absolutely.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, if you try
really
to get bogged
hard.
down in the little stuff, it's never going to happen, right?
Yeah, and I think the biggest lesson I've learned is actually negotiating rent and shipping and all the things,
Yeah.
ask for the world. The worst thing someone's going to tell you is no.
Yeah.
And that's not awful.
That's for sure. I got described one time as going to business is like trying to walk across the United States with a flashlight.
Yes.
So you can do it. It's a tremendous job to try to take on, but really you just focus on those 3 feet in front of you can see and you'll end up getting there, right? So
yes. Yep.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just celebrated 9 years in Moscow and 7 in Lewiston, and I wouldn't change it for the world, and I'm still learning every day, new things. So
no, that's awesome. Congrats on 9 years. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Big party coming up for 10 years, I'm assuming.
Yes. Big
there we
old
go.
Party.
All right. We'll throw some easy stripe your way and you can put a big 10 in the window. It'll be
All
awesome.
right. That would be good.
It'll be fun. So let's talk about like trends. So I've seen in Indy, we have some stores like yours, and I think it's pretty cool that one item can kind of become a whole category on its own, right? What kind of trends do you see? Do you see this is something that people are using a lot more often? What are your thoughts?
So I think probably my business model really benefited from COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody became a chef at home. We were sending out, I was doing cooking classes online.
Okay.
Because that's how I get people, you want to educate people on how to use your product. That brings them back.
Yeah.
And they're using it every day. And it is changing people's lives. Like olive oil, it's silly, but it's the best fat you can consume.
Sure.
For your heart and your hair. That's why Italians look so amazing. And it lowers your bad cholesterol and brings your good cholesterol up. It's just sort of an amazing thing to consume. And I see people caring about their health and starting to cook at home through COVID. And it just adds flavor. It's easy. It's quick. And so I do see people using it forever, hopefully.
Yeah. Have you gone over there to go to
Yes.
source from directly overseas?
Yep. So all of the oils are, not all of them, but their infused ones are from Italy. They're actually shipped into Montana and naturally infused there. They're all naturally infused. There's no artificial flavors. And shipped to me in Idaho. And
Very cool.
but it does make... It's a super scandalous industry. There's a lot of fraudulent oils, especially that come from Europe, and they just don't have the labeling laws on it. So it's called the Agro mafia. It's a real thing.
Okay.
It sounds ridiculous.
No, I love this. Tell me more.
They threaten farmers. Like they'll burn down their, hundreds of year old olive groves if they don't.
Way.
Yeah, if they don't comply and give the Agro mafia like the pressed olives that have already been pressed for olive oil. So they'll press it again and then they'll cut it with some other oil and add chemicals to flavor and dye to make it look legitimate. And there's no labeling laws, so they just ship it over to America, and that's really what Americans know. And so when they go in,
the oil that we go get at Target or whatever is not. We should not be doing that. We need to be going to Ampersand.
Yeah, you need to be going to Ampersand or any other little boutique. 60 Minutes about 8 years ago did this really awesome piece on the Agro mafia and olive oil that's brought into America. So I think consumers are learning more about that and caring about what they consume. And so they're finding their ways to the small boutiques that have the certified oil.
That's cool. I tend to be aware and conscious of decisions I make, but I was not aware of this. So that's awesome.
It's pretty sneaky. And then you have to change people's palates, their flavor profiles, because when you taste something that you've been eating your whole life, it tastes normal to you. It tastes what it's supposed to taste like. And then you give them something from Morocco and it tastes like creamy almonds and maybe a little bit of jalapeno in the back. You have to just educate people and have them taste it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd say, for Walls Need Love, like education's kind of a big part of what we try to do too. Like our paper is real paper. It's not vinyl or the PVCs that like a lot of other wallpaper companies use. And, I think when people care about what they put in their house, or if they're putting in a nursery or that kind of thing, like they really care and they pay attention. But educating is not the easiest or the cheapest thing to do.
No, it's not easy and it's not cheap.
No.
And changing people's minds it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's a challenge for sure.
So do you have plans for a third store, or is 2 enough?
2, it seems enough. I mean, I would love to open more because my favorite part of having a business like Ampersand is just sitting in the back in my office and overhearing people come in every day and just go, oh, I love this place. Makes me happy to be in here. So
right.
I love that people feel good when they come in.
No, that's how we are. Every time we get a happy customer send us a photo back or whatever, and they're like, I love my space. Then I'm like, okay, we did our job, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. All right. I think, do you have anything else you want to add on oil? Otherwise, I got some questions here that I did not send you that I get to ask you.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Let's go. So we like to call this part, let's see what sticks. We've got a bunch of rapid fire, short answer questions. They're just for fun.
Okay.
If you answer one completely crazy, you never know. It could go viral. So be careful.
All right.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
So I was in Spain last year, and I try to travel as much as I can. So I'll take cooking classes and meet chefs from different countries. And
I love that.
Yeah, bring it back to Idaho. So I was in Spain last year, and it was squid ink potatoes, so made with squid, ink from the squid, and then chopped up squid, and then it was like fried in panko, and then served with this like parsley sauce. It was very interesting.
Yeah, the ink is not like sitting with me. I don't know.
It's really salty.
The rest of it sounds like it would have been okay, but
yeah,
I could probably skip the ink part. If you could live in a different country for a year, where would you go?
Oh, it's a toss-up. Probably Italy, obviously, or Thailand. Depends.
Okay. Italy's on my list. I haven't been there, but...
Oh, you must go.
I need to go. I know. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pasta.
Pasta? Mm-hmm. See, mine's like pizza. You can't go wrong. It's like the best thing ever made.
And they're kind of the same.
Stuff yeah, it's the same. Right? Round thing, we stick in a square box. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You'll absolutely love pizza from Italy. So
I've heard that. So, I watch TV and I've got people I follow and whatever, and everyone says it's just a completely different experience.
Yeah.
Well,
do you want to know why?
Why? Tell me.
Well, so they are like their ingredients are completely different than what's here in America. Like they don't.
It's not processed. It's
not
real
processed.
Stuff.
their flour is like ancient grains. It's like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And it's really quite delicious. They make their cheese right there.
Yeah.
Mozzarella. So.
All our processed foods. That's how that's how we live here in America.
It is how we. It's easy.
It's terrible. This is one of my favorites. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every human language fluently?
Well, I have a pretty adorable French bulldog, and sometimes
I do too.
Really?
I love it. Yeah.
What's your dog's name?
His name is Hobbs.
Hobbs? Mine's Olive.
I have a Calvin, so
you do?
We have a Hobbs. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Mine's Olive, obviously.
Okay. I love that.
I would love to know what she's saying, but really I would love to speak any language and go anywhere.
Yeah. And I'm 100% on the dog side, or animals in general. I can use Google Translate for humans, and most of the time humans are boring. So give me all the animals. Give me all the animals.
I do wonder what they think.
I know. Does your Frenchie run up to the door and fully headbutt it if someone comes up to your house? Yeah. It's like, what are you thinking in that moment? Like you've done this 100 times.
I love her spirit. She's like this 23-pound, 100% muscle, but she thinks she's this Great Dane. It's so.
You'll have to email us a couple photos. We'll get her on this. It'll be awesome.
Okay.
One last one. If you could time travel to any era, do you have one you'd go to?
I do. I would go straight to 1920. The Roaring 20s.
The Roaring 20s.
Yeah. I love the art. I love the design. I don't know about the food, but it looks entertaining. I like the cocktails that come from then.
You would just finish college right before the Roaring 20s and then
Yes.
and then go into I love it.
I'd have a little speakeasy.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That would be like I don't know if I could ever actually own a speakeasy. I think I would never get anything done. It would probably be very detrimental, but it'd be a lot of fun.
It would be fun.
That's for sure. Well, I want to thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I also want to have you take a moment and tell everyone where they can find you. Where can they shop online? What should they be buying their neighbors that they don't know? What gift to get them this year? Like, can you give us that stuff?
Yeah, I can. So if you please go to ampersandoil.com and you can find us all on the social media at Ampersand Oil.
Okay.
I definitely, a bottle of olive oil is the new wine for gifts. So
yeah.
I would suggest that caramelized garlic I was talking about or the blood orange. We also have like 40 vinegars that are infused too that are amazing.
Okay.
So.
No, that sounds awesome. I'm going to check it out for sure.
Yeah, check it out. We've curated gift boxes also for the holiday time. So
awesome.
Easy shopping.
All right, Walls Need Love family, go buy at Ampersand. Go empty her shelves.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. This was awesome.
Thanks, Chad. Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
Great to meet you. Thank you for listening to Love Your Space, a podcast from Walls Need Love. Please like and subscribe wherever you podcast. And follow us on socials at Walls Need Love or stop by and say hello at wallsneedlove.com. Thank you for sharing your space with us.